Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start the inking on this bug for the New York Governor's Island show, and I'll show you guys how this kind of thing happens. This is my this is my pencil drawing. I scanned it. I kind of made it like a light blue. Um, Made it a little bit lighter and everything so that when I ink it, you'll be able to see it. So. This is my layer right here in Photoshop. It's called Blue Line. I'm going to add a new layer. And what I'm going to call this one is, I think I'll call this line art right now. Line art. And I'm going to right button click. I'm going to make it red. So it's easier to identify the layers when you color them like that. So what we're going to do is we're only going to do the contours. So I'm going to zoom in, Control plus, come in here, and you can see how how rough it looks and everything, but that's cool because that's where all the character and everything comes from. I'm going to click on my brush tool right here, and I'm going to click my F5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Shape Dynamics here, and maybe I'll move this up to about, I don't know, 50 is good. 50 is good. Let's see what that looks like. I'm going to click my pen tool just to see if I have a good taper on that. I do have some actions and stuff set up, so I can show you how to taper your lines and this and that. But there is a video on my channel that you can go and look that shows you that. So let's see. Okay. Let me undo that. And let me do a B F5, which is my brushes palette, and actually for this, I think I want it to be a little bit lower. I want like a sharper point, because I think it'll look more more gritty, more street. So got that. Let's go ahead and make this red again. Got it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start going around this drawing. That's good. I'm going to hold down Alt to reset that. Get this little point in there. That's good. Come down here. That's good. I'm going to come down here, bump that up a little bit, so it's just kind of over the headlight. Alt, and I'm going to come down right about here. Yeah, that looks good. And then I'm going to hit my F6. Oh, my F6 is an action. Let me show you that. Window, Actions. This is something that I previously recorded. And you can see it right down in here in my actions. That is a stroke with pressure. So the pressure that I set on that brush will apply to anything that I do, and it will do these steps. It'll stroke the current path using the brush, simulate with pressure, and then delete. So, once again, there's a video on my channel for that. So I'm going to hit F6. Nice. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to pick up that little piece right there. And drag around there. That's cool. I'm actually going to come outside of here a little bit. Yeah. And then that's good. I'm going to come down here like that. Got that. I'm going to come down here. Grab that little piece right there. All of these lines on the interior I'm going to do also at some point, but what I want to do right now is these are only the contour lines. And I can tweak this stuff later too, so F6, like that. Gonna come around here. Yeah, that's cool. Oops. When you hold down Alt and click on that point, that's how that gets reset. So I want to make sure I do that. That's good. I want to come up here. And I want to come in here. Right, that's good. Gonna come grab this fender. And you know, I'm loosely following my sketch. I want my inking to be free and funky as well. So yeah, that's good. I'm actually gonna come down here. I'm gonna swing out a little bit, just because sometimes that's a cool looking shape. Got that. F6 that. Part of that line I don't like. There we go. There we go. That's better. Got that. Yeah, much better. I'm going to come up here. Get that little bit. Not a big fan of that. Let me see here. Yeah, okay, got that. And what I'm doing as far as the contour is concerned is just going over all of the edges. All of the outside lines of the vehicle. Yeah, that's cool. This is going to come down into here. Looks good. Looks good. I'm going to come here and I'm going to do an F6 there. Yeah, that looks awesome. This is the rear bumper, which many times you wouldn't actually see. But this is a cartoon, so you can you can do that. That looks good. I'm gonna come up here. Oops. Let me delete that. Come back in here a little bit more. Down here to here. I like that little taper right there. How it comes around. I think that's cool. Come here. Once again, all the interior lines will be filled in and fit those shapes. So I'm good with that. Alt click. Move that back. Now this is a big boy because I got to go all the way from over here to over here. So I'm going to come maybe about this point. Yep. That looks good. I'm going to do an alt click back here. I'm going to come right around to this point right here. Yeah. Nail that, dude, right? Then I'm going to come down here. That's going to be the passenger side windshield. Zoom in and check that out. Alt click. And then I'm right back to where I started. And I'm going to do an F6. And there you go. This is the actual contour of the vehicle. I could, and you know what, here. Well, let's go ahead and do it real quick. Let's go ahead and do the shadow too. So I'm going to create a new layer called shadow. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my brush and my pen tool, but I'm going to make the brush, instead of 15, I'm just going to make it 10. And what I'm going to do, you see how this is dropping way low, right here. This area right here is dropping way low. I might keep that because I think it looks funky. I think it's cool, but I'm going to I want to reflect that on the rear end as well, almost like it's on a curved surface. Feel me? So let's go ahead and do this as well. I'm going to put this in here. Put this in here for now. That's where the that's where the tire's gonna fit in there, but I'm gonna do that with ellipses and stuff at some point. So I want to put that line in there. There we go. I'm going to come out here a little bit. Swoop this bad boy back over here. And then I want to come here. Yeah, that's great. Come over here. Got it. I'll click so that comes back. Come back in here. A little bit sharper. Let me back that up. A little bit sharper than my pencil line. Like right there, like kind of cut that that sharp corner off. I want to do that. I'm going to come up here because that represents a tire. Okay, this is over there. But at this point, this is one of the things that I want to save. So I'm going to open up my paths. Paths. I'm going to call this path 1. So that's a saved path. So anytime, let's say my paths aren't showing, I can go over here, click on that, and I get that path back. And I want to keep that, so I'm going to do a little shortcut here. Make sure I keep that. Okay. And F2. Then all I got to do is take my eraser and oop, wrong way. Here we go. Oop. Oop. There we go. And now I'm going to do another path. And this is, I'm not actually going to save this one. I'm going to just put it in here. I'm just going to put it in here right now, kind of as a placeholder, because the ellipse shape that is going to be the tire will actually define that. So, but for right now, I think that's a cool thing. I'll give them a little dip right there. That's good. Yeah, okay. I'm good there. I'm going to take this one. Yeah, kind of pull them right there. That's good. Come over there. Give them a slight curve right there. Yeah, that's good. Get that little dip. I like that. Come over here to the back tire. Looks good. Ink that bad boy. Bam, bam. Take this one. And this is going to be interesting because I may actually use this tire to replace this tire. But for now, that's okay. Yeah, I want to do that. This I'm gonna up a little bit because I just think that's cool. So got that. And then I'm going to take this part right here. And this is going to be the kind of shadow underneath the back end of the car. And let me see. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And there you go. This is the contour of the car has now been inked. And let me add a new layer here. Make that white so I can turn off the blue line so you can see that is the actual contour of the vehicle. And yeah, well, I'll just do it for right now. Let me merge those two layers, and I'll show you how I can make a selection now that is everything that represents the outside of the car. So if I invert that selection, let me turn this back on. And here, let me uninvert that. I guess uninvert. And let's make this a different color. Let's say it's blue. Deselect. Now I have the car isolated from the entire background, and I can just start rendering and do whatever it is that I want to do there. So sorry this is so raw, but you know, just wanted to show you guys. So there you go.